This is Tarun Kumar working in Kendriya Vidyalaya Koraput. Welcomes all of you for today's English class. And today's topic is Gulliver's Travels, and this topic is related to class 5 English. Friends, this is the part 1 of the story. And in this video, we are going to discuss the new words related to the story as well as how to use the new words in sentences. And we are also find out how to read the story with proper pronunciation and with proper intonation. Next, we are going to find out the summary of the story as well as some of the related questions to the story. We are going to find out the answers. So friends, please watch this video up to the end and find your solutions. So let's start Gulliver's Travels, Class 5 English. Before starting, let us find out what are the objectives we are going to achieve after watching this video. And the objectives are spell and pronounce the words, read the story with comprehension, answer the questions related to the story. So friends, let's read the story Gulliver's Travels Part 1. First of all, some of the new words related to the story. And the new word is bellowing is bellowing, and it means very loud noise, and it can be used in a sentence like Tony was bellowing in the class. inhabitants, it is inhabitants, and it means occupants, and it can be used in a sentence like the inhabitants of the town don't like tourists. Next one is barren. It is barren, and it means a land with no vegetation, and it can be used in a sentence like the land was dry and barren. astonishment, it is astonishment, and it means greatly surprised, and it can be used in a sentence like he looked at the building in astonishment. crumbled, it is crumble, and it means broken into pieces, and it can be used in a sentence like the glass slipped from hand and got crumbled. grab, it is grape, and it means pick suddenly, and it can be used in a sentence like she grabbed the child and ran for the bus. Gulliver's Travels. When a person tells the story of his life in his own words, is called an autobiography. Gulliver, a sailor, was once caught in the land of giants. This is how he describes his experience. On the 16th of June 1730, we discovered land. Our captain sent a dozen men with vessels for water, if any could be found. When we came to land, we saw no river or spring, nor any inhabitants. I went on to explore. The country was barren and rocky. I turned back to join the crew, only to see them getting into the boat and rowing for life to get to the ship. Before I could reach them, I observed a huge creature walking after them in the sea as fast as he could. The water of the ocean reached only till his knees. However, the monster was unable to overtake the speeding boat. I turned back quickly and climbed up a steep hill with fields of barley on either side and the calm rising up to 40 feet. There was a fence to pass from one field to the other. It was impossible for me to climb because every step was 6 feet high. I was trying to find a gap in the hedge when I discovered one of the inhabitants in the next field walking towards the fence. He was of the same size as the creature chasing the boat. I was struck with utmost fear and astonishment and ran to hide myself. He called in a voice much louder than a trumpet. It sounded like thunder. 7 monsters like him came towards the field, ready to reap the corn. They carried a reaping hook which was very big. When one of the reapers approached where I lay hidden, I screamed as loud as I could. The creature stopped reaping, picked me up between his thumb and forefinger, and brought me close to his eyes, 6 feet, 60 feet above the ground. He looked at me with curiosity and blew my hair aside to get a better view of my face. He called his friends and gently placed me on the ground. They all sat on the ground to take a good look at me. I walked slowly backward and forward, pulled up my hat, and made a low bow towards the farmers. I tried to speak to them loudly in several languages. Each time I did so, the farmer would pick me up, held his ear very close to me, but in vain. The farmer took me to his house and placed me at some distance on the dining table, which was 30 feet high from the floor. Dinner was brought for the farmer in a dish which was 10 feet in diameter. The farmer's wife crumbled some bread and placed it before me. In the middle of the dinner, I heard a noise behind me. It was the purring of a cat that was 10 times larger than an ox. The farmer's wife was stroking him. Then entered the farmer's 1-year-old son in the arms of a lady. On seeing me, the child grabbed me from the table and put my head into his mouth. I shouted so loudly that the baby dropped me. I would have broken my neck if the mother had not held her apron under me. Later, she put me on her bed and covered me with a clean white handkerchief. I slept dreaming of my home, my wife, and my children. The story has been adapted from Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels. Now, the summary of the story Gulliver's Travels. This story has been taken from the very famous Gulliver's Travels, written by Jonathan Swift. In total, Gulliver goes on 4 different voyages. This extract is about the second voyage he takes where he meets the human-like huge creatures. In this sea voyage, he finds himself, along with his companions, in a barren, rocky land. A few of them go to check out for water on the island. However, They failed to find any water. All of a sudden, the companions are chased by a huge creature. They escape with good luck, but Gulliver remains all alone on that island. He tries to hide himself, but soon a giant discovers him. The giant takes Gulliver to his house. He places Gulliver on the dining table. The giant farmer's wife crumbles some bread and places before Gulliver to eat. The farmer's 1-year-old son arrives and grabs Gulliver and tries to eat him. Gulliver shouts loudly and the baby drops him, but the farmer's wife catches him. She puts Gulliver on her own bed and covers him with a handkerchief, thereby showing they are such kind creatures. Gulliver dreams about his home, his wife, and his children. Now, do me a favor. And the question related to the story. When did Gulliver, along with his crew, discover land? Gulliver, along with his crew, discovered land on 16th June 1730. The story Gulliver's Travels was written by whom? The story Gulliver's Travels was written by Jonathan Swift. How high was the cairn? The cairn was 40 feet high. Why was it impossible for Gulliver to climb? That was impossible for him to climb because every step was 6 feet high. How was the inhabitants' voice? The inhabitants' voice was much louder than a trumpet. How many inhabitants came to reap the corn? 7 inhabitants came to reap the corn. How high was the monster? The monster was 60 feet high. What did the farmer's wife give Gulliver to eat? The farmer's wife gave some crumbled bread to eat. What did the child do with Gulliver? The child grabbed Gulliver from the table and put Gulliver's head into his mouth. What did Gulliver get to cover himself while sleeping? Gulliver got a clean white handkerchief to cover. Friends, this is all about the story and the related questions, but some more questions you can find out by logging to https://tarunkumardas.blogspot.com. You can click that link blogspot.com and you can find out your queries, some more questions related to the story. So friends, if you like this video, please subscribe this channel. You can like this video, you can comment your views and you can share among your friends. And you can follow me on https://tarunkumardas.blogspot.com. So thank you very much for being with me. I will be back with a new video for you. Till then, bye bye.